What's up guys, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and inside here we have of course the brand new Samsung Galaxy S20 FE Fan Edition. So many of you guys have been messaging me asking me to cover this device, so we've got it in the house nice and early, SuperSaf style, so a thumbs up for that would be appreciated. It's in a pretty big box, let's have a look. Got the Galaxy branding on here. I wonder what else is, ooh. Okay, there's nothing else inside the box apart from the S20 FE. But that's fine because that's exactly what we wanted to have a look at. And we've got some white packaging, which is a little bit different. We've got the S20 logo, S20 FE 5G. Now this is available in a 4G version, coming in at a very competitive £599. The 5G edition is coming in at £699 or $699. However, if you do pre-order early right now, there's some crazy deals in the US. You could get this for $599. Absolutely insane. I'll drop some links down below. Let's go ahead and open this up. And here is the device. We'll put that to the side for a second. Now inside the box, we have firstly a USB Type A to USB Type C cable. Then there is a 15-watt fast charger. Now, although this is a 15-watt fast charger that's included out of the box, this device can support up to 25 watts fast charging. I'm assuming they've included this charger to save on a little bit of cost. So if you do have another 25-watt charger, you'll be able to get faster speeds on the FE. As well as that, on the top section, don't forget this top section, you do get a SIM card tool with some paperwork inside here. Right, now let's get to the device. We're going to remove the plastic from the back. Yeah, it's not working. Now I've got the cloud navy color here, which I do think looks really nice. We've got this matte finish, but there are 5 other colors available. So we've got something for everybody. And let's straight away address this. So this is plastic, what Samsung call Glastic, which is a reinforced, stronger version of plastic, shall we say. And does it feel as premium as glass? Of course it doesn't. But personally speaking, I'm not complaining that we've got this back for the price that this is coming in at. Yes, this is not going to be as scratch resistant as glass, but it is not likely to shatter as easily as glass is. And honestly speaking, if you are going to be using a case on this anyway or putting on a skin, then I really don't think it's going to matter. Let me know in the comments below if this is something that's a concern to you. Now we do have an aluminium frame, however, so the sides of the device do feel really premium. And then we have a Gorilla Glass 3 front. Now, why is this Gorilla Glass 3 and not a later version of Gorilla Glass? I don't know. And there is a screen protector, which we're gonna take off. I'm not gonna try, I'm just gonna leave it at the side because it was embarrassing before. Oh, there's another screen protector on here. This is the one that's supposed to stay on. So it looks like there was an outer screen protector, which you can peel off. And then you have the pre-applied screen protector. So that's a nice touch. Nice one, Samsung. And we do have IP68 water and dust resistance. And let's straight away talk about this display. So we've got small bezels around the sides, but they are not as small as what we see on the flagship S20 series. And this is a flat display as well, unlike what we see on the S20 series as well. However, this is a 120 Hz display, 6.5 inches, Full HD Plus resolution, SuperAMOLED 2X. And that high refresh rate with 240 Hz of touch input means that things are very, very smooth. Now, yes, this isn't Quad HD like we have on other Samsung devices, but then again on, say for example, my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which is almost double the price of this, that has 120 Hz, but only at full HD resolution. So I'm pretty much on full HD resolution on that anyway, so this is not something that's a big deal for me. And in terms of my first impressions of the display, it's very, very good. Again, at this price, it's definitely impressive. Now in the display, you do have an optical in-display fingerprint scanner, which seems to work absolutely fine, as well as a center punch out for the front-facing camera. This is a 32 megapixel front-facing camera with an f2.2 aperture. And let's have a look at the rear-facing cameras because we have a triple camera setup like we have on the flagship S20 series. The primary camera is practically the same. So it's a 12 megapixel camera with an f1.8 aperture, dual pixel autofocus, as well as optical image stabilization. So you're not really getting a compromise here for the primary camera. We then have the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera with an f2.2 aperture. And finally, we have an 8 megapixel telephoto camera with optical image stabilization and an f2.4 aperture. This will give you 3 times optical zoom and up to 30 times space zoom. So the S20 flagship series has the 64 megapixel camera, is it? Was it 48? I can't remember. But anyway, there's a higher resolution on there. And that also enables 8K on the flagship S20 series. Whereas here, you're not going to be getting 8K. But honestly speaking, 8K is not something that I use too much. So once again, you've got very good cameras coming in at this price. Now let's take a look around the device. So on the right hand side, we have a power button as well as the volume rocker. Nothing on the left hand side. At the bottom, we've got the USB Type-C input. There's the bottom firing speaker, but we do have stereo speakers. So there's one in the earpiece and there's one bottom firing. And at the top, there is the SIM card tray. Now this SIM card tray also has space for a micro SD card. So you can expand the storage on here as well. And you do get 128 gigabytes of UFS 3.0 storage. For the battery, it is a very large 4500 mAh battery. So that is the same size as what I've got on my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So a very good size, which should last you all day long. And as mentioned, we do have support for up to 25 watt wide charging, although the 15 watt charger is included in the box. And you also have 15 watt wireless charging, including wireless Powershare, which is reverse wireless charging. So you are ticking a lot of boxes here. For software, at this time, we have Android 10 with One UI, and Samsung have promised 3 years of updates. So the S20 FE is going to be coming under that 3-year update umbrella. Now let's talk about what's powering the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, which is also quite impressive. So we've got 2 versions here in the UK. The first, which is the £599 option, is the Exynos 990 version. The Exynos 990, a very capable chipset. In this device at this price, I am definitely not complaining. You've got 6 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM as well. Now this is the 4G only version. If you're not on the 5G hype train and you're thinking my area is not going to have 5G for some time, it's not something that's a priority for me, then this is going to be a really, really good option. But if you do want the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 version, which as we know is the superior chipset, it's going to give you better performance and better battery life, then you will be paying £100 more. So it's going to be £699, but that does come with 5G as well. Now, personally speaking, I would go with the Qualcomm version myself for the superior chipset as well as 5G, but honestly speaking, I think the 4G version with Exynos is going to be fine for most people, especially at that £600 price. Now in the US, you're getting an even better deal because firstly, you're getting 8 gigabytes of RAM. You're getting the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 version with 5G, and that is at £699. But for a limited time, if you pre-order, you can get it for £599, which is, in my opinion, an absolute steal for what you're getting in this package. Now, I am, of course, going to be leaving some links to Amazon down below. So if you do want to go ahead and pre-order this and pick it up, you can do that right away. It is going to be coming out on the 2nd of October. And that is the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE Fan Edition. My opinions, you can probably tell, I'm definitely impressed at what you're getting in this package for this price. Now that Samsung are in this £600 to £700 price mark, this brings a lot of competition for the likes of OnePlus. So the OnePlus 8T, rumored to come in around the same price, it's going to make it a tough decision about which one to go for. What do you guys think about the S20 FE? Definitely let me know in the comments below. Also let me know what other coverage you'd like me to do with this SuperSaf style. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of that coverage, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon, and that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.